Bitcoin at $1 million. Inevitable or impossible?
Inevitable.
When?
Probably within a decade.
This is not a one specific thing move. I think there are 6 or 7 factors that are
perfectly able to serve crypto customers.
What I believe is that both Bitcoin and stablecoins are.
It honestly felt like Coinbase pulled the ultimate rug pull on everyone during the Super Bowl. We were all hyped, ready to follow along. And then boom, the whole thing flipped at the end. I couldn't help but laugh at how wild that was.
Better rock your body now, everybody. Yeah, rock your body. That's so loud. Everybody, rock.
In another wild update, Mr. Beast just bought a bank. This move shows he's going much deeper into the world of finance and technology. It's not just a business flex, it's a long-term play. And like it or not, crypto is going to be a key part of this shift.
Most people on Wall Street aren't aware of the reach of Mr. Beast. He has over 1 billion followers today.
Is it reasonable to expect he'll be pushing Ethereum down the line?
Well, I'd say to me, there's some things that make a lot of sense. It's very obvious today that banks are saying blockchains are the future of finance. I mean, J.P. Morgan wants to build on the blockchain. Jamie Dimon said it's a better way to build a bank. And Ethereum is where all the banks today are actually choosing to build smart contracts. So it makes sense then if there's financial education for the public, it should include.
I want to get into Ethereum and why the bullish case for it really matters. But before that, let's zoom out and talk about Bitcoin and the crypto market as a whole. Right now, there are 6 powerful reasons why Bitcoin looks like a once-in-a-generation opportunity. And if you want to understand what could happen next, you first need to understand why this pullback even happened. This dip didn't come out of nowhere. There's a story behind it, so stay with me here. These 6 reasons explain everything.
watch the media talk about these big market moves is they try to pin it on one specific thing. My take is this is not a one specific thing move. I think there are 6 or 7 factors that are contributing to this all at once. And that's how you get these big sustained selling. So just to itemize then, some of it is OG crypto investors selling out of fear of a 4-year cycle. They sold maybe $150 billion in 2025. I think that started to taper off, but they have been right that the 4-year cycle would repeat, and some of them stepped out of the way. Some of it has been still the effects of the October 10th liquidation event. I think there's still rumors, I'm sure you were hearing them yesterday, of forced selling by one or more.
Now even major banks are willing to put real numbers and timelines on Bitcoin. Citi is not scared to be specific about its 2026 outlook. This multi-trillion-dollar banking giant still believes Bitcoin can reach 189,000 by 2026. That is their bullish to base scenario, and it shows they have not backed down. Wall Street continues to circulate this kind of outlook quietly. We've seen this movie before with gold. Once gold became institutional and got ETF access, the long-term trend stayed up despite brutal pullbacks. I'm not saying this is guaranteed. It may not even be the most likely path. But it is absolutely on the table. I expect 2026 to be messy, with a lot of sideways action and volatility. Even so, I do believe Bitcoin will break its all-time high in 2026. Before that happens, there will be plenty of consolidation. That's why moments like this matter. This is a strong phase to slowly build a Bitcoin position. It's also a strong phase to build an Ethereum position. Right now, Ethereum stands out as a serious opportunity. The main reason is simple. There is a huge gap between price and fair value. Ethereum is trading at levels that historically marked deep undervaluation. We've seen similar conditions during major market bottoms in the past. Each time, those moments rewarded long-term buyers. That same setup is showing again today. Because of that, I believe Ethereum is setting up for a stronger market phase. I also believe Ethereum can outperform Bitcoin going forward. At the same time, the business cycle is starting to accelerate. Liquidity conditions are improving, whether people want to admit it or not. Even if you only partially believe in the liquidity cycle, the trend is heating up. And then there's AI. It's hard not to be bullish when you look at how fast AI is advancing. Technology is moving faster than most people realize. As AI grows, it will rely on digital infrastructure more than humans do. That's why the future of AI supports Bitcoin and crypto as a whole.
Drivers of Bitcoin going forward. The first is that you're going to get these supply shocks in the halving. The second thing is I think that artificial intelligence and AI agents, what I believe is that both Bitcoin and stablecoins are going to be the money for all of these AI agents. And when you see this and you look at some of the Claude bot and various demos that are out there, they basically create wallets And they're saying to themselves, where do I hold my money, right? If I'm an AI agent, what do? I can't go get a regular bank account. And so they're spinning up these wallets and they're saying, I'm going to hold it in Bitcoin, or I'm going to
Go back and study Bitcoin's full price history. Look at how new asset classes like crypto slowly gain acceptance from Wall Street and the global system. And when you do that, the picture becomes much clearer. From a long-term view, this feels like a matter of time, but in the short term, you need to stay alert. Volatility is part of the process, so be prepared for it. Right now, all eyes are on the Federal Reserve. They're expected to step in with a Treasury bill purchase operation on February 10th. This move could inject billions into the system as part of short-term liquidity support. That kind of action matters more than most people realize. Liquidity always finds its way into risk assets eventually. On top of that, there's still hope around crypto regulation clarity. If the market structure bill passes and the framework is fair, it changes everything. That would create massive tailwinds for the entire crypto space. And behind the scenes, there is real effort being made to push this forward.
Legislation that seems to be hung up in the Senate. Secretary, do you expect that the Clarity Act will, in fact, come back for a markup? And why are we having a debate about bank margins? Where do you stand on this? Do you think crypto platforms should be able to pay rewards, pay customers for moving stablecoin or money out of traditional bank deposit accounts and keep them on crypto platforms? Where are you on that issue?
Again, Maria, I think what we're seeing in the crypto market over the past few months means more than ever that the U.S., we need market structure, we need clarity, and we need to get this across the line this spring. We got a few recalcitrant actors who said, well, it'd be better to have no legislation than the legislation we don't want. And I think both on the banks, the other crypto firms are united against them. So we need to get this across the line. The U.S., under President Trump's leadership, the U.S. is becoming the crypto capital of the world with our best practices, best regulation, and for crypto to remain a viable digital asset and move forward, we need to get this Clarity Act done.
So you think it'll come back fairly soon then?
I'm optimistic, and there's bipartisan.
You want to know the real reason this is happening? It's because major institutions are no longer sitting on the sidelines. Big players like BlackRock are going all in. They're not testing the waters anymore. They're moving with full conviction.
Getting to, invest in markets through, let's say, crypto. They're investing in it, but now we could get them into the more traditional long-term retirement products. So we look at that as the next wave of opportunity for BlackRock over the next tens of years as we start moving away from traditional financial assets by repotting them in a digital manner and then having people.
And honestly, it doesn't look like the real believers are getting shaken out at all. While others panic, Michael Saylor is still out there traveling the world talking about Bitcoin. That alone tells you something. What stood out to me was the rapid-fire style of questions he was asked. It forced him to stay sharp and direct. Saylor could easily talk for 20 minutes on a single question if he wanted to, but this format cuts straight to the core. The short clip actually gives a clear snapshot of how he sees the entire crypto space.
Let's do this fast. Please, first answer that comes to mind, all right? Bitcoin at $1 million. Inevitable or impossible?
Inevitable.
When?
Probably within a decade.
So in 10 years. Gold in 20 years. Relic or still relevant?
I think it'll be relevant but marginalized. It won't grow as fast as Bitcoin will grow. Bitcoin will grow faster.
Who's going to be the next safe haven? Bitcoin or gold?
No, I think
because Bitcoin was once seen as safe haven.
I expect Bitcoin to emerge as the dominant digital monetary network in the world, and it is the world's reserve capital. So I think it'll grow from the $2 trillion to $20 trillion to $200 trillion over the next 20 to 30 years. I don't think gold will do that. I think that Bitcoin will be 10x bigger than gold.